What's up, my friends? It's your boy Alpha May, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. A little bit mad. Let me tell you what I'm mad about. I am very upset because why on earth did this date take throughout the entire day of this whole episode? It was like 2 days. Will went to school. They was at the date. That man went to basketball practice. They were still at the date. That man went after basketball practice and went to a party and they paid the bill. I said, "Oh my God! Did y'all notice that? Did y'all know this date lasted from school to practice to an after party?"
Takes a lot to eat all that lobster.
How long was this date? What was y'all doing? Were y'all chilling? Like, did y'all order this show wrong? Was this episode out of order? The man was in school when it started, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. By the way, I'm
bouncing around. But I did notice that now that you say it. So yeah.
Speaking of, I am joined with my two co-hosts of Keep It 99 Reviews. First off, we got the returning champion of the Midwest on the mic, Uniqo Williams. How you doing today, Uniqo?
What's up, man? Y'all know the deal. Like Gary with the T, my OG told me, turn that mic on, crack that smile. Let's go.
Let's go. And of course, we got the man in the comments who said the guy with the glasses, the most petty dude I ever seen. I want to apologize to my girlfriend because she ain't really that petty. It's Nostradamus Man Ray.
Good. Nostradamus Man Ray is here. And let me say, I was right again by dang near all of my predictions. So y'all gonna learn to listen to me eventually. See what it is.
Shout out to Nicholas. He said the guy in the glass is so petty. He make my girlfriend don't look this petty. I'm gonna apologize to her today. That's a wild statement. But we got some Bel-Air.
Pretty wild.
But we got Bel-Air today. Great episode of Bel-Air. First off, we're gonna start with Monray. He's talking about Will. Tell us about Will, Monray.
I don't know if I've seen such a quick drawback of a character's development in quite some time. But that boy Will done went back about 10 episodes in all of about 10 to 20 minutes. And I just could not believe how far this boy went back. And when I say go back, I mean the development in him as a person, the smarts he's supposed to have had, the street savviness he's supposed to have. I don't understand how much he went back so quick. It blew my mind. No matter if it's the West Philly swag or the knowledge he's supposed to have, he was back so much from not realizing that these two dudes who've been giving you crap the entire time. Oh man, you got this new car? Hey yo, bro, you driving? Come on, take us to this place, bro. You don't realize they using you? Oh dang, okay, that's one. Two,
they bought him wings.
At one, you don't realize they using you, bro. Okay, like all of a sudden they can talk crap about you, get you kicked the whole time, but all of a sudden you good now. As soon as they just turn around and give you a little bit of attention. That's wild. That one. Two, you ain't seen the red flag of your girlfriend. That's two. I mean, I'm sorry. There red flags all over that one. Like, not only the simple fact that she ain't really like that she was drunk, but just you ain't really noticing like this ain't the person that you supposedly thought that you knew. Like, she ain't show none of what you thought. Okay, so that's two. And then three, I got more than three. Three, when like that one conversation between you, Carlton, and Uncle Phil. Believe me, I understand that everybody got petty. Because I understand petty. Everybody got petty. I can't really remember who fired. No, Carlton fired the first bullet when he accused you of that video. He was wrong for that, but you understand that his emotions was not in a good place because he basically just got outed as an Uncle Tom for something that we all forgot about that happened on like the second episode.
Continuity.
So I understand he wasn't in a good place, so he went petty. Then you went petty, and then you went petty at Uncle Phil, and Uncle Phil took it seriously because it wasn't that they didn't believe in you, Will. All of a sudden, we thought we were past this. We thought we were past this.
That's that angle. Well, how dare you, son?
Like, Will, we thought we were past this. You got in there with Doc. We thought, okay, you're gonna be good. You had the audacity to be like, they don't believe in you. Will, did you forget what this man did for you? He gave up his entire DA run just to keep your secret down. Put his neck out there for you to make sure you wasn't in jail. They done housed you. They done believed in your dreams and everything. You got the nerve to be like, oh, well, Doc is the only one that believes in me? Really? This dude that done told you a couple of sweet nothings to let you get on a basketball court and you ain't even started yet? He the only one that believes in you? Oh, okay.
Well, he remember what he did for him because we learned later on.
Oh yeah, the boy that recency bias boy. Yeah, I remember what you did for me recently. You know, it ain't much. You know,
no, he brought up the old things too. He told it to somebody.
Yeah, a couple of sweet nothings. You know, that's all the doctor did for you. Just tell you a couple of sweet nothings, and then the last one that you know not to tell nobody of the trouble you was in Westfield for an abundance of reasons. You know to keep your mouth shut. And all of a sudden, this one dude that told you a few sweet nothings, you're like, no, it's cool. I can say you let this man play you like a fiddle. I mean, this man done played you like a fiddle with your emotional state and everything. He just told you a few sweet nothings behind the basketball court. He ain't even said much. So all of a sudden, you kiss this man's niece, and you know a couple of sweet nothings, and you willing to spill your beans. Now this man can literally hold your uncle hostage for these payments that your uncle done said, okay, now we'll see how much he love you when I don't pay you. See, now your uncle ain't gonna have no choice but to pay him because now he can hold your uncle hostage with his information. Like the amount of stupidity this man has shown. And then just to give you the icing on the cake for number 5, you find out the real person who leaked the video, which I'm pretty sure all of us had a pretty good inkling that it was Drew.
I thought it was the white boy. I thought it was the white boy because you got to be.
No, he lost too, Joe. He lost.
I figured it was Drew. As soon as that video leaked, and we saw Drew look back at Carlton with a smile on his face. I mean, look back at Will with a smile on his face. Oh, it was over with. I was like, yeah, it was him. It was him. He had something to do with it. But you find out
how did you get
this man who is quote unquote taking Lisa and has been just the most evil dude towards your cousin and you from the beginning. You find out he leaked the video. And you don't say nothing. You can't prove it. So a lot of times in this show, people can't prove something. Bro, you know for a fact that he leaked it. And you don't say nothing to your cousin? You don't say nothing at all, bro? Man, get this man up off my screen, bro. That's just disgraceful at this point, man. You let your cousin go down like that and you don't say nothing. But like I even predicted. Oh, but you got a big mouth when it comes to Jazz and LaMarcus. And you got too much of a big mouth in this record store. But you don't want to tell your cousin who leaked the vid. Okay, Will. You wrong for that. All right.
We are keeping too many secrets. Then he trying to set up the date with Jazz and Hillary and partially telling them what they saying, but not telling them what they saying instead of just like coming out and be like, hey, bro, fix your
that boy done took so many steps back.
We going to the parents next, but I would quickly want to get out. I done made the joke about Hillary and Jazz. Did y'all notice that Jazz walked out that room like the ultimate light skinned nigga? When she said it's over. My man bit his lip and looked at him. He hit that wall with the shoulders too.
I thought she was gonna hit the door and slide down when he left. You know, like they do in the movies. I thought when
that crime moment.
That weight up.
I mean, since he's talking about the parents, the only thing I know, Jazz was so wrong in this. But like, when it made the totality of everything Jazz has been looking at, being like, dang, Jazz, you had some merit. You were wrong on this one, dog, man. Dang.
Hey, it goes to Joe Petty point.
And shout out to they went, like, if you ain't really noticed, they went to some OG Will and Carlton in this episode with Will getting on them Carlton jokes. Like Will used to do in the original Fresh Prince all the time. They actually got some Will Carlton jokes. Okay, you got a little bit of that pettiness, gave with the short jokes and everything. Okay, there you go. Speaking of pettiness, Uniqo Williams.
I'm here to talk about the parents. So first and foremost, here's our first fact. we know Aunt Viv in the show is 32 years old. We found that out today. So
How old is
Yeah,
Hillary? What I found wanted to
yeah.
find out.
She ain't really 32.
that's what Carlton said. Even at 32, that's what he said when he's having his heart to
Yeah,
heart.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just she
yeah.
well, that's just good game. I'm glad to have some semblance of how old she is. I know that it takes a much longer time to make it in the law world. But we saw we're seeing people trying to live their paths, and we'll get on that when we talk about Carlton. But he gave a heartfelt poem at the end of the show, I suppose, or a heartfelt from the heart Instagram live, and everybody is trying to do their thing. I mean, yeah, you got to stay at home mom and Viv and Aunt Viv, but man, you got this girl that's trying to give you the world without saying she's trying to give you the world. And they keeping it real professional. You know, what's her name? Carla. She walked him into that room full of them white folk.
What, Erica Banks?
Yeah, maybe it's there. I don't know. Anyway, I
Not
just know this
Banks.
much.
Erica something.
That's the one I keep on saying look like Ime Udoka's ex girl. But anyway, I mean, came home, Uncle Phil feeling good, like man, I gotta take this offer. And Viv ain't feeling that. But Aunt Viv, they talking about they trying to oh boy, I think we might get the light skinned brother with the green eyes coming back. I think he actually finally want to talk to her. But
Because she's still on the internet.
she coming into her own. Aunt Viv is definitely coming into her own. So from a parent standpoint, you know, we had Uncle Phil, you know, step up and be like, man, you know what I did for you, what I've been doing. So he did have to stand there. He is trying to help Will get better with the whole Founders Award thing. He's got his hands in a lot of stuff right now. But yeah, we saw the growth from Aunt Viv, and then Jeffrey. Jeffrey had opportunity to hang out with his son, and the son. We don't know the whole story. It's really easy to come up with your own, you know, with your own narrative. And apparently that's what his son been doing. Is he just came with his own narrative. But Uncle Phil came down there and said, hold on, hold on, hold on. I know he's been great for our family. But you remember when you was when you was 5 and you got adopted to a good family? Do you remember how do you think you afforded for that? Because hold on, what did you live in? A 2-bedroom flat? So how do you expect well, how do you think that your schooling got paid for? And I think that's cool that um, Uncle Phil had all that information. Everybody been keeping tabs on you, man. It's just, it's some other stuff going on. But they said, who kept you away from them gang members? He said, yeah, they wouldn't have nothing to do with me. Jeffrey pulling that card. Hey, this little youngster come trying to get with y'all, get on the bad path. Y'all tell him no, absolutely not. So, I mean, we saw the parents all try and be supportive of their kids while trying to do, their own thing. And it looks so sketch at first when, looking for information about his son. But was that really the truth? Or was Uncle Phil bankrolling it the whole time?
I don't think
Because
Jeffrey knew what was going on. I think Uncle Phil really was doing it.
just been kind
Remember,
of looking
Jeffrey was
out.
looking for information on who the parents were.
Right.
So I don't know how you would be bankrolling unless Jeffrey told Uncle Phil to handle it, because and I ain't going to be a part of it because I'll go search. So that could be too, but they never really distinctively told us.
He had a lot of backstory on this kid. So
He
Uncle
did,
Phil. So
but I don't think Uncle Phil can be 100% responsible for that. Like the gang part, there's no way Uncle Phil is affiliated with them enough to make them stop. But somebody who been in them streets, that hustling, like Jeffrey said, was his way of life. He could have enough pull to be like, hey, yo, just don't do nothing with this kid, bro.
Uncle Phil
Just
didn't pull
let
him
that
out of
go.
them streets. So
Because he even said, because remember Jeffrey did say he had a quote unquote Uncle Phil, not our Uncle Phil, but a quote unquote Uncle Phil that was looking out for his family and stuff while he was gone. So
okay,
it's not out of the ballpark for him to be like, hey, make sure the Main Street, these streets, make sure they don't do nothing with my kid, make sure he like this, that, and the other. And then, if he needs something, Phil, like money wise, everything else, Uncle Phil could have helped with that part. But there's no, I
Uncle
don't think
Phil knew
Uncle Phil
every
is
story
100%.
directly, dog. He knew like your mama got cancer when you was 14 on September 17th.
But for me,
Like, damn,
I just don't think Uncle Phil would have been 100% responsible for that
I don't think he's
without
100%.
Jeffrey. Like
But
it
why
might,
is
if it's just
Jeffrey?
combined effort, cool. But I don't
Why
think
is
it's just 100% Uncle Phil.
why is Jeffrey? What do I want to say? Why was he looking for information in Uncle Phil's office? I would feel like he's doing
I
that.
think he was just telling him, but Uncle Phil, the agreement was you were not to be involved with him. But I can tell you, hey, can you look out for him? Can you send these funds you was gonna give me to him? Can you watch? I'm gonna tell these people, look at a kid named Frederick, don't mess with him. So a little thing like that, but he didn't have no direct, like he wouldn't know. I don't think he knew about his parents being sick because he wouldn't know who the parents were, according to what they story. But Uncle Phil would be like, hey, listen, something happening. You want me to take care of it? Jeffrey would be like, yeah, all right. Because the whole thing was you don't have no contact with anybody. You don't know nothing about them. But but you can use a proxy to take care of it. Like Monte said, you can have the other Uncle Phil, and then you can have this Uncle Phil, and they both can like work through you, even though like you made a promise to everybody that you wouldn't do it. So you can do that. So you wouldn't know the direct information, but you can be like, yeah, can you handle this for me? Because I'm not allowed to.
Also, I'm just, and my final point here is, I don't know how I feel about another kid being introduced to this. We had another non-Ashley show. She did not pull up. She has no issues going on. We do not need to keep on adding
no plot device, no plot device.
Like, so it's like, okay, now I know my dad. Now what is he gonna pull a Tariq and be like, man, I heard this about you. Did you do that? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna, what about you, Ghost? So is that a new unneeded direction that they want to go, or is this some kind of like, man, just he pull up?
Well, he's leaving. He's leaving
Yeah, I don't
tomorrow.
think he's a recurring character. I think
he said he's leaving tomorrow. The plane got postponed.
Like
so
we might hear Frederick. Like this thing about the difference with Frederick is that you might hear like a Frederick, you know, on like something might happen, or you might hear about him a little bit, but him being like a recurring character as heavy as the rest of them, nah, I don't think that. You might hear some whispers or tales. He might appear once more if there's some trouble for Jeffrey at home that he has to settle. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna be a lot of recurring Frederick going forward.
I can see it going that way.
Yeah, I think his flight leaving 2 days or something.
That's my 2 cents on the parents. Zell May, Carlton.
Shout out to Frederick, as you saw when Hillary was wearing those little black jeans with the little top, and she was going out. Frederick was looking back, and she like, he got an accent. She treated him like a little brother, but he was looking back when she was coming through. Shout out to her. So just like Frederick doing, you can like and subscribe to this channel because I know you like what you're looking at.
The only other thing I can get out about the parents,
Aunt Viv was
I don't know if Aunt Viv gonna survive this socially. Is what I mean. I don't mean not just her, but
she attacked that man.
If her and the Neiman Foundation are done, I don't know if she's gonna survive on her own like an artist and blossom like Hillary or rest of the her honesty is good. I don't know if it's gonna make it by itself. I'm not. She might go through a little struggle trying to find herself and grow as an artist without the exposure from the Neiman Foundation. That's the only thing I'm a bit concerned about. But other than that,
Yeah, shout out to episode 7 of season 2. Feeling that pressure, under pressure.
I don't know if I want my mama to have that much Instagram exposure because, like, she already kind of in a fragile like place in her heart and in her mind. So, like, where she just get like, man, that shit is ugly,
fragile,
but you fine, man. You can get on there and talk crazy to them girls on Instagram.
Now, as the episode is titled, let's get to the one that gave the great speech that showed everybody going through what the speech was about. Carlton Banks. Carlton said he gave a great, amazing speech because what happened in this episode was simply this. Carlton had everything locked up. He was joking at Will the same way Monte said earlier on how they used to do on the old show. They even referenced some old jokes. But the height joke was specifically from the show. I think it was like an early season 1 or 2, when Will made a short joke about him playing sports. And then they had like a golf tournament and it was competitive and Carlton was feeling himself. He was like, yeah, this is my spot. Will came in. He'd been distracted with practice and everything. He came in late. He didn't know what the 5 pillars was. He gave a great speech, The little Asian girl like, nah, fam.
Ooh, tough
What they
crowd,
gotta
man.
do?
Tough crowd.
What they were like? Oh, the black people. Like, the Asian girl like, I don't care about none of that. You saying what they gotta do about these 5 pillars? And Carlton like, let me save you, cuz I'm gonna show you how to do this. And then they got this text message from season 1 when Connor was. That man said the N-word more than I did in the day. That one little, and Carlton was hitting the.
He even hit it. He even hit the fans.
My man did the Bobby Shmurda, but I ain't never seen a black man do the Bobby Shmurda to a white man saying the N-word before. That was wild.
It's pretty wild. It's valid. His excuse is valid. I think, like I said, talking about his speech, I think it was valid.
Then they show Will being the hero, saying, you don't do that. And everybody looked at Carlton. And he talked to Aunt Viv later on and said, listen, they all see me as the Uncle Tom. And she was like, listen, you feeling pressure. You trying to fit in a place that you probably don't. You were trying to do everything. That's normal for a kid. And as we talked about earlier, I don't want to go spend too much time on that, but he had a fight with Will, and he blamed Will for it, which it kind of would lead to him, even though I would think Drew would be the one if I were doing it, because I'm like, yo, who hate me enough to give me like this? The dude I punched in the face. And the dude that want my ex. He has every reason to try to set me up. But the only problem I would have, and the reason I would blame Will if I was Carlton, is because how did Drew get this video? Because I don't remember seeing Drew on that team. That was so I don't know how he would get the video, so it wouldn't make sense. So Will be the only one there unless one of Connor friends did it. So it wouldn't make sense. So that's why I can understand why he thought it was Will. Because my first instinct, if I knew Drew was on that team with me, like, oh yeah, I punched him in the face. He 100% hate me. I embarrassed him in front of everybody. And then at the end, he gave an amazing speech in which he was telling everybody, we all do this here. We all fake it. We all try to fit in. That's what high school is, as Aunt Viv said. He was like, I know I'm not alone in doing this. We all laughed at jokes we shouldn't do it. Laughed at this white people teacher saying something inappropriate. We were like, ha, ha, yeah, I feel you. And we all did it. And he said that line, that's the title of the show. I'm not alone, but I'm the only one you have seen. And I was like, damn, that's because I'm the one that got caught on camera. All y'all laughed at jokes. Y'all done did. Nobody see Will kiss his current girlfriend in front of his ex, because that would look crazy. He didn't get caught on camera. And Viv even said it in her thing, like, listen, I did some crazy stuff, but none of mine got caught on camera. So that's where he got from. And that man went over there and took that sugar booger and said, screw all this. Listen, y'all done seen my demons. I don't care no more. Let me just go in and do what I do. Which I got hurt by, but I'm like, dang, I feel your pain, my guy. I'm like, dang. Just imagine your worst moment. Everybody see you at it because it's recorded. One of your worst moments. So that's basically the worst moment he had in the show. And that was supposed to be like stuck between them, and everybody saw it. The whole school saw your worst moment. That is wild, because everybody else's worst moment ain't getting caught. Most people can just hide it and scoot around. Uncle Phil's worst moment ain't Viv's worst moment. Jeffrey's worst moment, all that is not on camera. But mine it's caught. So he like, screw it. All y'all mess up, but y'all trying to judge me? I'm the only one you see? I feel this, man, bro.
That's too much pressure. Man, niggas got to stop trying to go to Harvard. Man, I got to do all this for leadership. And go to Morehouse. Go to Clark. Go to Jackson State, man. Just go over there and get all A's and go.
Shout out to Will Boy, the point guard that got benched and not on the team no more after he told his secret. Because he's... I got a contract at UCLA. And
he ain't even like, it wasn't even benched. My man wasn't there. He was like, he ain't even at practice, bro.
We have questions.
This man already signed to UCLA. I'm like, how do you stake his spot? I was expecting to take the other dude's spot.
And that's the only thing that I give Will. Will looked up like, wait, that don't seem right. But because he even said it, the look on his face when he got up and he ran by Doc, he was like, wait, that don't seem right. Like, we just had that talk. I bring your niece back, and all of a sudden I'm starting. Even he looked like that don't seem right. He ain't even on the team. Like, even he looked like that didn't seem right. But whatever, Will already told this man his secret. So even if you starting to see, the writing on the wall,
Monte,
It's a
Monte,
little late for that.
don't forget, what's the name? I can't stop with a J. Jared. He told Will, like, listen, man, I'm trying to take care of my mom because I ain't got no money, bro. I got on scholarship to come here. So I ain't got no money. I got to feed my little sister because it just me, my mom, and my little sister. So I got to get it. So I'm like, oh, they picked him because I thought it was going to be the other dude, but they picked him because he lose everything. If he on this team, he don't get that scholarship. He don't make the NBA. His mom and his little sister is stuck. And I'm like, oh my God. Doc
Got
cold for
nothing to
that.
do with
He
that. But
took
either
that man
way,
whole
Minnesota
career, bro.
Carlton. Yeah, that speech at the end, that got me. That saying I'm not alone on one, that got me. That got me. And they showed everybody with it. That got me. Like it showed everybody basically having their demons that they fight. You know, Jazz having to fight his own mental demons. The fact that really a lot of this is really on him when Hillary was trying to hold him down the majority of the time. Yeah, there was some parts that she was wrong on. We admit that, and her humbling still coming, but this was just, it's one part. But yeah, it showed like the totality of the night was more on Jazz. Like, look, if she paid for it, fine. But it's like, hey, like a good chunk of that was about Jazz's own insecurities, about their differences, and she did get them when she was like, so you really think I'm just about this bougie lifestyle and everything, and I don't care about. No, I only care about the money and everything and nature and status. I don't really care about the person behind it. So majority of that is on Jazz. That part she right on. So he fighting his demons. Showing Will looking up and seeing Doc and realizing, oh dang, I might have got caught by the demon, but it is what it is. He's a little late for that. He'll figure that out when
Jackie a
Uncle Phil get
demon,
held
man.
hostage. So that'll be on him. My boy Carlton took that booger sugar at the end. It's like he's like my man said, like forget it. He's like, bro, it's over for me. The Founders Award is over for me. My friends, that the person I was trying to be, they only see the mistakes and everything, so that's over for me. So I might as well just go back to what they believe I am, and the only place I found solace, which was in this closet with this booger sugar and my feeling of bliss. He's like, I might as well go back to that at this point because that's all anybody sees me as anyway. My folks don't believe in me. My dad still giving me this pressure, but supposedly now he believe in Will. Will done turned on me. Yes, according to his mind,
They
because
call him
Will,
Jesus reincarnated, Monte.
because my boy Will know
They
the
call
truth
him
and
Jesus
ain't even coming for his
reincarnated.
cousin Abe, bro. Will, you so wrong for that, bro. You know the truth, and you ain't brave enough to try to come for your cousin Abe.
Joe, how you feel about that line, Joe? Jesus
I'm
reincarnated.
bro.
I think it was wasn't it? It was out of place. It didn't match anything.
I'm like, what did that mean? I got Uncle Tom be like, they call me Jesus reincarnated. I'm like, who called you that at the
But
Bel-Air
either
school?
way, just
Kanye might own that school. I bet
I
you.
told y'all my prediction early in this show and in this season. Carlton gonna hit that run back for best character development. But I told y'all my man finna get that run back, and I'll be doggone. That boy hitting that run back. We got 3 episodes left. My boy hitting that run back for best character development again.
One question we got quickly, guys. I don't want to go too long, but
are you good?
Jazz. Joe said it last week. My man seemed mad, insecure, and it came out. But I got a question for both of y'all, and then we're gonna get this last question today. If you really don't feel like you accomplished nothing, but you're around a bunch of people that accomplished something, how would you feel? Is Jazz justified in still feeling that way? Like, yo, listen, this girl, rich family, everybody she know rich, All I got is a record shop. She dating down. I'm dating up. I'm lucky to be here.
He was fine until the market showed up. He was fine because it was just more like him and Hillary just working out differences. But he felt insecure when he saw her ex-boyfriend. Like when he saw, and he still might not even know that he was at the family reunion. He still might not know that. I really don't think he knows that still. But regardless of whether he knows or not, he was fine. Once that wide receiver came up and Hillary let him get embarrassed at that art show, that was it. That was it right there. Once she let him get embarrassed at that art show, it was a wrap. So that's how that went.
Monte, Joe, let's get out of here. Monte, what can they find you?
Y'all already know. Boy Monray Hudson, everywhere it says Monray Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as it survives. Come hear me. Come see what I got to say. whether it's on the Blur Cartel, Overall 99 Media, Bro Regular Dudes. We are here. We ready. And I am Nostradamus. I'm predicting the future.
Again, I do apologize how long the show is. I understand. But this was a packed episode.
This is a heavy episode.
so we had a lot to it. Uniqo Williams, what can they find?
UniqoWilliams.com. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see on anything that I'm on, so that y'all can see when I go live, because I'm a little finicky sometimes. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, UniqoWilliams.com. That's it, and that's all.
You can follow me at Overall 99 Media. I do so many shows a week that you can just spend your weekend watching, and you can be as long as Hillary and Jazz's date. All day at fair, all Saturday. That's all you gotta do. Watch us, like and subscribe. Watch us all day. We put out a lot of content, casual conversations. We had nothing to talk about, so we talked about a woman with two things, and we talked about Charleston White, which is he's very racist. He's very racist. Very racist man. So if you enjoy that, tomorrow we talk about power. You'll see me and Uniqo. Tomorrow we're talking about power a little bit early in the day. YouTube will be out on Fridays. Power will probably be out Friday night. So both these shows will be out Friday. We got the character show come out on Bel-Air on Wednesday and Power on Friday. I did 2 this week. Effie, and I did one on Carlton because I knew Carlton was gonna have a big episode. So when me and Monte talked about it, when the episode was named Under Pressure, I'm like, it's Carlton episode. It's Carlton episode.
Yeah, but we found it looking like it wasn't just about Carlton. They got that Hillary. Nah. Oh, Will.
I didn't know we were gonna get Jazz though. Jazz felt pressure from LaMarcus.
Boy, Will finna have such a humbling when Uncle Phil get held hostage, and it's finna hurt. Ooh, it's finna hurt.
But all he did was tell him a sad story about my sister had problems. He might even be lying, dog. What if Will meet his sister, dog? Like his doc sister.
Something new comes out about Effie every day. Like every episode is something new. Or not Effie, shit. Jackie. Something new comes out about her. Oh, well, she lived with me. What? Oh, yeah, she worked at the gym too. What? Yeah, Doc is my uncle. What?
I just bad for dude,
right on the wall, bro.
Backwards.
He's seeing the writing on the. If he see the writing on the wall now, and it's too late, it's like, bro, all that West Philly instincts you thought you had, boy, please, you got played like a straight fiddle.
And it ain't like they crib was just super elite looking, and looked like it's not even in Bel-Air. It looked like a Chicago neighborhood.
Like, bro, I'm like, bro, don't you get $10,000 a month from Uncle Phil? You buy yourself. I know LA is expensive, but come on, man. How much the other kid paying? You don't get money from them too. So, yeah, I know you got another scholarship kid. That's at least $20,000 a month. You could live out the hood.
They didn't look like a place where rich people live. They look like a house.
That's how I'm looking at Doc. Why you living up here? What's wrong with you? Yeah. So I believe he got a little more backstory to him. He might be a scammer.
Yeah, that or Doc got the house, where he takes care of Jackie, but he also got that office.
Oh yeah, bro, you got an indoor barber, dog.
He got that office, bro. He in that building, bro. He just this is my little home. I got with Jackie and everything. That's a little spot, yeah. But I got to make sure to keep up these appearances.
Oh, Monte. What if that's just his Jackie's mom's house? He just over there and he like, Jackie, pretend to be drunk. I'm gonna be over there and tell a story, so we'll tell us his secret.
I don't think she pretended to be drunk. I think she was legit lit, but
okay.
Bitch,
she ain't have to tear down Will, out of nowhere to get his attention. No, she ain't have to do that.
She wanted to, bro. She was horny. You ain't never had that horny.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Then you be like, you trying to play her?
She had to tell your boy down. That's that drunken man. Forget you, Bel-Air.
Like, what was that about? She don't care, but she was drunk and horny. So that's how they act.
Oh, that's the question I was going to ask y'all. How old is she? I don't understand. Because if Bill is 17, she out drinking and partying all the time. She always at the club. She always everywhere.
High school, Joe.
That's what happens in high school a lot of times. You go to some party that you ain't supposed to be at. You get a little something you ain't supposed to have in your hand. That's what happens.
I guess like Aunt Viv said, that's high school. That's par for the course.
That's what happens a lot of times, bro. You got to keep yourself mindful of what you're getting into.
Yeah. And thank y'all for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that follow button, whatever platform you're on. We appreciate you. You can see the tip button. You see to get the merch throughout the show. So if you want to support that way, you can. We're not begging for it. I'm just telling you it's there. It's always there if you want to. And it's gonna always be there. So I appreciate Restream for putting it up. And you might not know us now, but soon you will. But until then, it's...
Who are these niggas?